Hello there. This is Michael Howe Arts. I'm Michael, and today I'm going to be drawing 8 Goblins. This is part 3 of my series for Gobtober. The drawings were made last year, and I'm finally posting them online. If you are new to the channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy yourself. And if you've been here before, hello again. Thanks for coming back. Without any further ado, let's watch some drawing. Enjoy. This drawing was the prompt of Scavenger and the secondary one of Gnarled Roots, which I thought fit together well. You could have the scavenging goblins finding roots to eat. I don't remember why I chose to do 2. Maybe it just felt better. The story I had, I don't remember if this is why I made the story or why I had 2, but it was, they're out scavenging and they hear something. The one of the background has what I was imagining like a vegetable cutting knife was, so that's that. I like how the line work on this one turned out. It's simple but straightforward. And the expression on the lower one is fun, to my mind. And there's this gnarled root. The next one, the prompt was Archer, and the secondary prompt was Eerie Stranger. The prompt of Archer was very straightforward to me. Just have a goblin standing there as an archer. For the Eerie Stranger, I actually took a design I did years ago of like a alien version of an angel. So very floaty and things trailing around it, but just wanted that sense of weirdness. I don't know how much it carried over into the drawing itself, but that's okay. Here's our little goblin archer. I was trying to make sure they were distinct in clothing and faces, even if it was all still simple. Like, hers isn't anything complex, but it's different from other ones. So, there's that one. The next one was the prompt of Guard, and secondary was Skeleton Parlor. I'm not sure what a skeleton parlor normally would be, but I created this little story or cultural thing that I thought of where it's like the goblins keep the bones of their ancestors or of big important people around, and kind of like tombs or memorials, and they respect and guard them. This is one of my favorite, at least, of this set. It seemed to come together nicely, and I'm really happy with how the drawing itself looked. The main goblin has a simple design, but effective. And he just looks kind of cool. He just got that little, I'm here doing my duty look to him. And then there's just lots of little refinings of details and extra inking until it's done. All right, for this one, the prompt was Thief, and the secondary prompt was Lich. I was, at this point, feeling like not doing so much of a full scene. I was getting a little burnt out while drawing all these. So I was like, what would he steal? And liches are more or less people who have like stored their souls in little boxes or items. They're sometimes called phylacteries, but that word also, I guess, was stolen from some of Judaism. So I'm not sure another word for it. Horcruxes is something that J.K. Rowling did with the same rough concept. But basically, storing soul or parts of your soul in an item. And so it seemed funny to me to have that be the thing the goblin is running off with. And I tried to just have, just a fun little drawing of the goblin. So without much story needed, just drawing him like that. Gleefully running. Thug and Crypt Ghoul. This one, I think, turned out really good. I the day after deciding that, I was like, you know what, I shouldn't have to draw full scenes. I'm not, I'm going to focus on simpler things, is the one where I chose to do a very full scene of this thuggish goblin standing on a tomb fighting a ghoul. So went kind of the opposite direction that I had the day before, but I am really happy with how this turned out. So I was, designing all the things, sketching in where different parts and pieces would go, building up all the design. I forget why I picked the ghoul being like a dog, or if that's part of what ghoul is. Like if dog is often included in the rough idea. This guy's expression I find fun and also disturbing. I mean, I think that's appropriate for someone who's called a thug. But just like his glee at getting to do violence. I think I was doing a lot of like thinking of Egyptian stuff in this. Or at least inspired by, big tombs. Well, I mean, he's wrapped in wrappings too, so, a mummy. There we go. Oh, it wasn't quite done. Now it's done. Ambusher and Cloakroom. This one was fun. So in D&D and Pathfinder, there are creatures called cloakers, and they're like basically like flying manta rays, but they look like cloaks. And so one of the things is that in theory, characters will come across, hey, look, it's a coat, and put it on and then get eaten. So that seemed the perfect thing to be ambushing a goblin in a cloakroom. And for some reason, I think it was just the thought of the ambush, but I really felt like channeling Bill Watterson's Calvin and Hobbes, because he has wonderful shocked, scared expressions, like with monsters or teachers and or Hobbes pouncing at him. So I looked at a little of that to try to get that energy into the goblin. So I really like the idea of this one. The final drawing, I feel like I would do it differently if I did it again, but I still like it. Lots of little hatchings and the scream. The next prompt, Gross, with the secondary prompt of Zombie Ogre, came together very smoothly, very quickly. I think I was just thinking of boogers and brains because of zombies and gross. So this one came together really smoothly. It was really fun to draw. Just drawing all these goopy, drippy things. And I really, really like the little maniacal goblin standing on top. He's like, okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go over here. Why he's okay doing this is weird. Oh, that was the other thing. I think I was thinking of, like, who's grosser, the zombie or the guy who's gleefully standing in his brains? And maybe in his mucus, too. The last one for this set, the prompt was undead. This is where I stopped using secondary prompts. So for some reason I had like barrow wights and barrows on the mind from Lord of the Rings and other things. So I decided to make like a little tomb in a hillside with the ghost or banshee of a goblin coming out of it. And I really like how that little entrance was drawn. And then I end up covering it more or less completely with the wraith. My plan had been that you could kind of see through it, but it ended up not working as well as I had intended. But if you're watching the video, that means you get to, have seen my little burrow. And there's the screaming banshee goblin. There we go. 8 more goblins. Well, more if you count 8 goblin drawings. We are 3/4 of the way through the series, so if you enjoyed that, don't forget to follow and come back for the last one. There will also be the link to the playlist somewhere on the screen. And of course, if you liked the video, please don't forget to hit all the buttons. That will help YouTube and other people know that this is a good video. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye. That actually almost worked, but then it made myself laugh. Anyway, hi there. This is Michael Howe Arts. I'm Michael, and today I'm shaking my camera. There. This is Michael Howe Arts. I'm staring at nothing. Hello there.